What's up guys, my name is Ryan, and man, it's been a hot minute since I've talked about Final Fantasy VII Remake, hasn't it? Truth be told, there really just hasn't been much to discuss about the game as of late since we got that massive info dump back at TGS. However, while no new real news has come out lately, I'd like to talk to you guys about something that I've seen a lot of people ask, especially on the Final Fantasy VII Remake subreddit. When will the next news for the game show up? After all, Square has been dumping a good bit of info for us all to see ever since that state of play back in April, where they had finally shown the game again. Of course, we had the massive presentation at E3 this year, as well as the playable demos at E3 itself to show off even more, and way more details shown off behind closed doors. As it stands, Square is going in when it comes to marketing for Final Fantasy VII Remake, which does make sense. But when's the next info gonna drop? Well, let's find out. Let's mosey, soldiers! So, let's talk about the two biggest events that the game could be shown off at first. The first one obviously being this year's Game Awards. Now, looking at it, Square doesn't necessarily have a tendency to show things here, but with how big the Game Awards has gotten, to the point where the reveals are more exciting than the awards themselves, which is kind of the point of the show, I think Square is going to want to capitalize on that for their biggest game on this generation. After all, in the last few years, there have been some amazing announcements at the Game Awards. Joker and Smash Ultimate, Mortal Kombat 11's insane reveal, and last year Crash Team Racing's reveal being a few to note. Why wouldn't Square want to capitalize on this big night to show off one of their most hyped up titles of all time? However, there is one small thing going against this, and that's the possibility of them doing something related to Kingdom Hearts 3 and its Remind DLC. Considering it's coming out in winter, I personally believe that we'll get one final trailer there, and later that night, they're going to shadow drop it. Similarly to how Nintendo shadow dropped Breath of the Wild's second DLC pack, The Champion's Ballad. Either or, I'll be excited, but I still feel like the Game Awards would be a prime spot to have a new reveal. Now, aside from the Game Awards, I honestly believe there's only one other area where they may reveal more info on Final Fantasy VII Remake, and that's the event known as Jump Festa. If you don't know what Jump Festa is, it's an event held near the end of the year in Japan, and details a multitude of information revolving around manga and anime. However, games have been shown off here in the past. For example, Square Enix has actually had two separate times they've actually shown off stuff here in the past. For both Final Fantasy XV and Kingdom Hearts 3 with brand new trailers. It's definitely a guarantee that we'll get a brand new trailer for Final Fantasy VII Remake here with Square's track record of the past. As well as this, there's already confirmation that Square will have a presence this year in the form of a stage show showing off some new titles. Oh, and side note, no, I don't believe the PlayStation Awards will actually show anything. The event was announced a little while ago and was already confirmed to just be an awards show. Just think the Game Awards without the actual reveals. Now, what do I believe will be shown off if we get a trailer? Well, I'm hoping for a good bit, to be honest. One obvious one is the reveal of Red 13. It's actually kind of surprising to me that he hasn't been shown yet, given how he's one of the most memorable characters in Final Fantasy VII, and he does show in Midgar, albeit near the end. Considering how much they've shown off of Midgar, I do find it very confusing how he hasn't been at least teased. Then again, not many of the trailers have shown too much of the Shinra HQ where Red 13 is actually shown off and revealed for the first time. If they do show it, it's been very minor. Maybe it's possible that he'll be introduced much earlier in the Shinra HQ, and they don't want to risk showing too much. I believe that's a possibility. However, there's not much more for character reveals, to be honest. The only other one I can think of is maybe some other members in President Shinra's cabinet, but that's about it, to be honest. Aside from Red 13, what I really believe they're going to be showing off in these trailers is more of the exploration around the areas of Midgar, excluding just the bombing run mission. We haven't seen too much of the Wall Market or Sector 7 outside of a few snippets and screenshots. Maybe they're going to be showing more in those trailers. However, out of everything else, what I'm really holding out hope for is the possibility of a home demo for the game being revealed. While they didn't do it with Kingdom Hearts 3, they did do one with Final Fantasy XV. Twice, actually. Please, even if it's just the Scorpion fight, I'll at least take that. But sadly, I think it's kind of unlikely given Kingdom Hearts 3. As well as this too, maybe they're going to be showing off a bit more gameplay. I think showing off a bit more of the materia system is kind of a given. We've only gotten a small snippet of that, and it was just the menu, and some details on how summons work. Maybe get a bit more context on leveling up since that whole thing was kind of confusing. The last thing I want to say that I want to see is more of the weapons. We've seen Cloud with Hard Edge, but I want to know how far they're going to go with new weapons for the party members in this. Hopefully we're going to see more stuff for Barret, Tifa, Aerith, and hopefully Red 13 in the future. But that's pretty much it for this video. So yes, I believe that the next set of info for Remake will either be at the Game Awards, though that is up for debate, and is almost guaranteed to be at Jump Festa, given past trailers and already confirmed news. So, what are you guys and gals hoping is going to be shown? As well as this, do you want a home demo or no? And if so, what would you want it to include? Comment below and let me know. Thank you all very much for watching. Have yourselves a great night and take care. Signing off. Peace out.